time we catch a Ghana for say 1,300 a year. What due diligence had you done? And they also were free. And we use semantics, the word say the use of the word miraculously. It looks as though the minister is the one that used it. But that is not the substantive matter. That is not the core matter. Oh yeah, you are saying the minister is now sober. But it means when he heard on radio, I was not sober. So the core matter, which is whether minister who ye were Juma ye before say Woba catcher Ghana for say 1,300 containers I know they all address you. But John Jinapo, the question is that you deliberately put out a false information as your way of demonizing the Akufo-Addo government, making it look as though certain people had stolen some containers, for which reason the public will now come against the government, the ex-war government. It's as simple as ABC. Minister Jairoff, come back and address the main issue. At what point did you realize that 1,300 are here? And what was the rush? If you knew, say, you bet me go further to find it and even find additional over 1,000 something plus. What was the rush? But the only reason you put out that false information was your way of tarnishing the Akufo-Addo's government, picking up on people, making it look as though certain people had done something untoward. It's as simple as ABC. Mr. Minister, it was simple as ABC. It's never be real containers, and they want to say the same energy, the same level of publicity among my real containers. More final containers, is that the same level of publicity?
Never.
Huh? You think you can play with the minds of the people? Some of us, we don't reason like the usual people. So you can play with the minds of certain people. And I keep on saying it. The very day that the people will understand what is going on around them, Ghana will know no peace. And you know, the Kaisa Yane Ayi Kasai, Dubik is a containers behind you. Because there are rules that governs a trade and transactions when it comes to say being cranium free baby. And it's a big cranium free baby. When it is at the port, it is at the mercy, it is at the control of the ports. It's the ports are in charge. It's the baby. How then do you link it to ECG? When in actual fact it has not been brought to the ECG you can't say warehouse. Why must we take it that they were missing? In any jurisdiction, this level of mistrust, this level of dishonesty, any minister will resign on this because it means you are not honest. You cannot invite us to unrealistic conversations. You said they were missing. These were your categorical words, and you went ahead to say, John Jinapo, on the energy on Calculator. Also, Calculator. What I catch a Ghana for containers 1,300 a year for. I guess that. Then Mamaka's address. After Mumian share a book at John Jinapo, and then a young corner or Mushia. Let's look at what John Jinapo did.
There was a rush into the media to create a certain impression that something was done, something wrong happened. That was it. Now we have been told that 2,600 something have been found at the same port. Let them please this.
First of all, I think that we have to be consistent. He said, oh, the minister's tone is not different. And that what they heard on TV or radio is that containers are miraculously missing. That's a very mischievous way of presenting the narrative. No. Let's face it. Then it makes it look like the minister went and said miraculously missing. No, you said that. Look, that's why you have done verification. No. Choma, I'm minister and I'm a member of parliament. Please, when you were speaking, I kept quiet and listening. No, please. But why then you marry the two? That you said that the minister is now sober. So what we heard on radio, no, that means I wasn't sober. To make it clear that I've always been sober.
So when you are speaking to somebody, when you are speaking to someone, Now, almost dealing with a substantive matter, obey for once they go around the periphery. After that, you're and more people. So the core issue, as a John Jinapo address it, and Mr. Minister, tell Mama Catcher Ghana for say 1,300. What due diligence had you done? And you also feel, and what use semantics the word say, the use of the word miraculous. It is as though the minister is the one that used it. That is not a substantive matter. That is not a core matter. You are saying the minister is now sober, but it means when you heard on radio, I was not sober. So the core matter, which is whether minister, when you were doing the first of all, the catcher gun for 1,300 containers. I don't know how to most minister or move away from the very real reason here. And he's now going around picking on words and making the words the most important. The question is that you deliberately put out a false information as your way of demonizing the Akufo-Addo government, making it look as though certain people have stolen some containers, for which reason the public will now come against the government, the ex-war government. It's as simple as it is. You intentionally, it was a deliberate ploy to make sure that the Ghanaian people will see the ex-war Akufo-Addo's administration as thieves, as people who have actually run this country down to office. If we are in a bush and a 1,300, and then you will start saying due diligence, Ben, was now we are picking up miracles and it's sober. Minister Jairoff, how can I address the main issues? At what point did you realize that 1,300 a year? And what was the rush? If you knew, say, you let me go further to find it, and even find additional a year, 1,000 something plus, what was the rush? But the only reason you put out that false information was your way of tarnishing the Akufo-Addo's government, picking up on people, making it look as though certain people had done something else. It's as simple as it is. Mr. Minister, it was simple as it is. Nothing had gotten missing. Movie and I'm saying propaganda too. I go for China for you. I think it was Kogu. I go for China. So much China for you or we talk. All this was there were no containers missing. It was all a deliberate ploy, deliberate attempt to make sure that you demonize the Akufo-Addo government. And you succeeded. I want to. And you do about some was it baby? I say what could do? What's that? It's different. Baby, I tell you, we have containers, and there was the same energy, the same level of publicity. More man, we have containers. More final containers. Is that the same level of publicity?
Tell me.
Huh? You think you can play with the minds of the people? We don't reason like the usual people. So you can play with the minds of certain people. And I keep on saying that. The very day that the people will understand what is going on around them, Ghana will know no peace. And you know, the very day the people, and because when you go when you get to me, he does not even understand that they are playing with his mind. I'm getting more. I said, what you have, it is as a container. Any other person, our make a contrary opinion. The guy say, he can say, do it is a container behind. Because there are rules that governs a trade and transactions when it comes to say, we can your free baby. And so we can your free baby. When it is at the port, it is at the mercy, it is at the control of the port. It's the ports are in charge. It's the media. How then you link it to ECG? When in actual fact, it has not been brought to the ECG warehouse. And so to me, manage here, man, look here, so you see, market. You made it look as though I feel market didn't go for an atom container service. Anyway, hey, what? It blows your mind.
More fire.
That blows your mind. I bet the minister, let's go and listen to the minister again. And this time around, you will see that the minister is trying to play on the substantive. And no, I did not say it.
No, Chairman, I'm minister and I'm a member of parliament. Please, when you were speaking, I kept quiet and listening. No, please. But why don't you marry the two? That you said that the minister is now sober. So what we heard on radio
Yes. No, that means I wasn't sober. Let me make it clear that I've always been sober. I've remained consistent. And I said that it's a committee report that was sent to me that 1,300 of the containers, when they couldn't find them, you can say they are missing. But if something is missing, you look for it. What is wrong with looking for missing containers? What is the problem? Let's even assume it's missing. Let's take it that they were missing. Or whatever. But if they can't find them, they are missing. If they were not missing, they would have found them. If it's missing,
Mr. Minister, hold on. Pause. So the minister, let's take it that they were missing. I mean, it wasn't missing. They were not missing. Why must we take it that they were missing? In every jurisdiction, this level of mistrust, this level of dishonesty, any minister will resign on this. Because it means you are not honest. He said, let's take it that they were missing. Now you are naming probabilities. We should move away from the core issue. We should move away from the reality and move into the realm of probabilities. And you are inviting us to a conversation, a hypothetical conversation. You cannot invite us to hypothetical conversation. We want to stay on realities and you realities. He said, let's take it that you were missing. Mr. Minister, only one you taking is that you were missing. You have me hypothetical conversation. Now you are drawing your own hypothesis and say that we should come and draw a conclusion for you. We will not do that. No, we will not. Minister, we will not do that. You cannot invite us to unrealistic conversations. You said they were missing. These were your categorical words. And you went ahead to say that, don't do us. Now go be in free.